يسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Welcome to everyone. I don't think we've got too many people on our webinar tonight, but alhamdulillah, we have a few people, and we're happy to host Brother Aydésen Hoti, who hails from Albania. He's got a tremendous CV that I've looked at, engineer. He's also been involved in the administration of Waqf and investments. I think just by having a look at even some of his, I had a prior look at his presentation actually, which actually looking really forward to hearing and taking him through the presentation as well. It looks quite interesting, and we hope that we're going to enjoy the session. So I think without much ado, there are going to be questions that we're going to be talking about after his presentation. We do have a few other guests with us, and we hope that there will be some questions and answers after that. The program will last for about an hour, and so you've got about 15 minutes to do the presentation, inshallah. Jazakallah khair. Thank you. Over to you, Brother Aydésen.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum to everyone. It's a pleasure for me to be part of this event organized by you and to be given this opportunity to explain my country and the status of the here in Albania, and to understand the functionality of Waqf's endowment in Albania. I must first explain briefly a short introduction for Albania and for the Muslim community of Albania. I have prepared a PowerPoint and I want to share it with you. Yeah, here you are. Albania is a small country in the Western Balkans. It is a country that is a member of NATO and for several years at the rate to be a member of the European Union. Given its geographical position, Albania is a very strategic country. Albania has been part of the Ottoman Empire for 500 years until 1912, the date on which was declared or independence. With the beginning of the introduction of independent Albanian institution in 1923, the Albanian Muslim community was established, part of which I will explain a little below. After the Ottoman Empire, we became part of both world wars, taking into account the geographical position in which Albania is located. After this come another very difficult era for Albania, the communism era. This era is more difficult than the two world wars. From 1945 to 1990. Albania is a country that have own language, they have own currents. It's a small country with 28,000 kilometers squares, a population of 2.8 million. Of them, 68% of them are the Muslims. I'm explaining shortly these dates when I'm writing here, and as I say, the most difficult time for the Albania, it was the communism area. And this area, it was for 45 years. And in 1967, it was the darkest year for the Muslim in Albania, but also for all the religions, because this year the religions was banned in Albania. Hundreds of clerics were killed and imprisoned, and thousands of clergy and believers are deported. The practice of religions was prohibited by law in Albania. All Muslims' vows were taken from the state. There was no religion, and Albania is declared an atheist country, the only atheist country declared in the world. Private property rights for all were revoked. Every property passed to the state, and this witch hunt continued for 23 years. So, a direct war on religions and on faith for 23 years. You have not really been at work with weapons or invaded from the outside, but for 23 years, religions and faith have been attacked in the most barbaric way possible. And as a fact of this war, we can mention that of the nearly 1,000 mosques that existed in Albania, all collapse and are destroyed. Of this, in 1990s year, after democracy, only 9 mosques were counted. So from 1,000 to 9, which were used only as warehouses. In the 19th, Albania throughout mass protests overthrew the communism system and returned to the democracy. The religion is opened and is tried to be organized in the whole territory of Albania. The remaining mosques were opened and efforts were made to organize Muslim religious life in the country. But how would it be done where there was no income, no works, endowments to continue the religious life? But Alhamdulillah, in that difficult times, our Muslim brothers from many countries around the world come to us with various aids which made our work a little easier. Regarding to the works, especially Muslim community of Albania is in a big problem because after 19 years, all Muslim and non-Muslim community are trying to return their properties, which was taken in 1967 years. The state, since 1990, is trying to resolve this issue through special courts, special teams, but to this day, this is an issue that has not been resolved. MCA, Muslim Community of Albania, is normally the largest owner in the assets after the state, but he does not own them and continues today with lawsuits for their return. We can regularly say that about 15% of these properties have been returned to us. This is also due to the fact that every open court process has its cost, and we as a community find it impossible to afford this monetary weight for once, and it takes so many times, and so many cash. Now, let us specify a little more the situation of Waqf in Albania. Here in the slide, we have a short history of Muslim community of Albania. Albanian Islamic community officially made its Secession Act and its foundation of the occasion of the first Muslim Congress, which was held in Tirana from February 24 to March 12 in 1923. The communism government sought to radically overhaul Albanian society by realizing social, cultural, and religious loyalties to the Communist Party. radical approaches were adopted to the sideline religions from the public sphere, allowing Albania by 1967 to declare itself an atheist state. It's the only case in the world, unfortunately. Yeah. Muslim community in Albania is an independent religious institute of Muslims in Albania. Albanian Muslim community is not part of a state structure. It's independent. It's independent. The MCA is registered as a legal entity as a non-state independent religious community. Also, MCA does not have the format of an association or foundation. Right? Is special for this. The MCA is the only institution that represents Muslim believers in Albania. Like a foundation, an organization, Muslim community of Albania have been regulated by an agreement concluded with Council of Ministers and ratified in Parliament by a law, like especially. Now we can go ahead for function properties of MCA. The communism system, besides the destruction of mosques and imprisonment of the believers, took over all the property of the Muslim community. Works were the economic base of the Muslim community. The Muslims community today is trying to do the best to reclaim its property. Before, as I told, we have 1,000 cult objects, but now in 19 years, we have only 9 of them. But 30 years have passed and the state has not returned the properties to the Muslim community. But this is not a problem only for the Muslim community, and for the other community and for all the Albanians. This is a very big problem. More specifically, we can tell for all WAPs in Muslim community of Albania, and we have madrasa, university. The number of mosques now is 870. We have 33 councils in the municipalities throughout the Albanian country. We have shops, apartments, small hotels, lands, and agriculture lands. And here we have a slide for all madrasas in Albania. The first here is Madrasa of Tirana, Haji Mahmud Dashi. It's a secondary and high school, boys and girls. It's a Madrasa of Shkodra, it's here. Madrasa of Korcha, Abdullah Zumlaku, is this complex here. It's a secondary and high school for boys and girls. But unfortunately, we have some economy problems to this madrasa, and may go to closer, unfortunately. Problem. Madrasa is in Elbasan, Liria, high school for boys and girls. Another is in Kavaya, and another is in Duros. And now we have another level of education in Albania for the Muslims of Albania is the Bedr University. Bedr University is the higher education of Muslim community of Albania. The opening of this university offered the first branch of Islamic science, theology, and this university aims at providing a high level of culture, traditions, and characteristics of the society, holding it's based on the foundation and condition of religions. This institution offers study programs of the first and second cycle in the fields of human science and philology. These were the part of education in Albania. Now we can go to another part, to the mosques. Here in these slides, we have some of historical mosques here. The first is in the Tirana, second is in Berat, and another is in Elbasan. These mosques are part of that which communism system. It was old like a museum or something else, and not destroyed. From nine of them. And most of the mosques in Albania that remain today are of the Ottoman period. Only mosque which located in the castle of Berat is thought to be before that period, maybe from Sahaba. They have this, in the Ottoman period, they have an architectural style very similar to each other. Here, for example, we have a restoration of the Jin Alex Mosque. This mosque is built about 450 years ago by two Catholic brothers. This is very interesting, from Jin and Alex, which these brothers are converted to Islam. All these mosques are cultural monuments of the first category by the state laws. Now, another part, these are the new generation, let me say, from mosques, from new projects. And again, let me say a reform that now we have received for each new mosque to be marked with a waqf, which will cover even partially the obligation arising from the mosque. Maybe this should have been done from the beginning, because every mosque has its expenses, but in the beginning there was a great need for mosque from 9, as we told, after communism. Now the number has gone to 870, which at the same time they also which means increased cost for our fragile economy. It's a very big duty. But let me say, inshallah, this method will bring us two benefits: to reduce costs and gain a new waqf, inshallah. For mosque, this new mosque, which will be built on the outskirts of the capital in a very populated area, where in addition to the construction of the mosque, a part of shops has been added, like we can explain in this slide here. It was the part of shops that need for the expenses of this mosque. Another project to the same mention is the Vlora Mosque complex, which contains mosque, a boutique hotel, shops, parking area, cultural center that several commercial units, a large hall of activities which can be used for activities outside the mosque for a fee as a source of income, as parking area with 2 floors, also with payment to bring income, because there is a location in the historic area for the tourism. Here is the part of hotel. This all the shops. This is mosque, and in the underground we have the large hall for activities. Another project is the mosque and hotel in Leja. Leja is near the sea, and here going more tourism from Kosovo and from Macedonia. It's so frequented by Muslims tourism, and with this complex we give them and the place as mosque and the place to do the tourism or vacations here in the hotel, inshallah. A new waqf is mentioned is in the Gramsh. Gramsh is another complex project where it contains the mosque and the center in the city. Gramsh is a small city. It contains a cultural center here, which in addition to the needs of the mosque can be used for other city activities organized by the school or the municipality for a fee centrally. It also contains several shops as well as the Imam house, as you can see in this slide. Here is the Imam house, here is the center, and here in this side are the shops here. Yeah. Another mosque is competition is the largest mosque in Albania. In addition to its function as a mosque, it is a complex which contains a small cultural center, several shops, and a car parking with 440 space. Yeah, this is, and I think this is the still now it's the greater in Balkan. Here we have a project completed 1 month ago, a fruit and vegetables market. Here we have built the market structure here on all WAF property, and small traders for is where they trade their goods. The project is a very good way to profit for us and for the kind of business that activity takes place there is within Islamic conditions without problems. Here you have a project that we working on eWaqf. eWaqf is a digital platform where we are throwing all our practice of WAF throughout the territory of Albania. We have divided Albania into 12 zones, respectively, according to the administrative division made by the Albanian state, as they must be coordinated according to the state institution in pursuing properties issues such as courts, but also tax obligation, etc. In this will be every data categorized according to the items in which the MCA endowments are composed. Everything, with shops, hotels, apartments, lands, etc., along with their legal status. At the same time, the contract and the financial situation of the WAPs will be there. We hope that through this online platform, we will have some facilities as real-time access to the status of each of the MCA endowment, protection of documents from losing. Any property documents will be scanned and will be put here. And real-time control.
Brother, are we almost done?
Yeah.
1 minute to go.
Yeah, for 1 minute, I think I can finish that. I can finish. It's okay.
Okay,
yeah.
Maybe if you just
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear me?
You can just go through this quick slide as well.
Yeah.
I see
okay.
you just got 2 slides to finish.
Yeah, here we have 2 slides. This is slide for future foresight from building of shopping mall. This is projects which we have with ICDB, and inshallah to build in the Council of Elbasan. Together are we watching the final movements even after the COVID-19 pandemic, and then to implement the project, inshallah. Another is Hilal Hotels Network, which we have respectively, we think of 4 such small hotels as a boutique hotels, building that we currently have, but that need investment to return to the hotel. We plan to do this project by finding donors, because operating as a halal hotel without alcohol, with halal food is really a big challenge for us in Albania. This project can be implemented only with donations, because without donations, only with its inherent cons from the nature of halal business that we can do, it does not turn out to be profitable, unfortunately. Now, we have more future foresight, but I'm not going ahead. New rule, I want to tell, it's new mosque, new waqf. This motto of
Okay.
must definitely build a waqf for his expensive. Yeah. I have to share some other topics in legislative aspects, which we have here in Albania, financial aspect with taxes, bank system, and maybe to discuss the risk that comes from halal business here in Albania. Okay.
You can see that there is a lot to discuss here. But Jazakallah, thank you so much. I think it has been really, really, very, very enlightening.
Thank you very much.
And really, it was a great pleasure listening to you and to see all the wonderful developments, the beautiful mosques projects that are being developed in Albania, despite all the difficulties that you've had. But I think we have other panelists here, other people that are going to be commenting here. Is Abdul Halim Zaidan here with us? Brother Muaz, Abdul Halim Zaidan, Dr. Widad Ghalib, for some comments from them?
I'm waiting for him.
Or is Dr. Sened Zimavac there? Director of Bosnia Wakaf, is he here? Only Mustafa Najem is here, I think, from all the people that are supposed to give us some comments.
There is Hayyan Zrek.
Okay, will you let me know as soon as any of them appear? In the meanwhile, we've got some questions. So if I may ask,
Yeah.
the one question.
Halim is here.
Sorry, Dr. Zaidan.
Yeah,
Okay,
but I'll be pleasure to hear the question of Dr. Zainul.
okay. The question is actually posed by one of the attendees, and the question is there any collaboration between Albania and Kosovo and Bosnia? What kind of collaboration is there? And what is there any law regarding waqf in Albania? There's a number of questions together, so you can perhaps just select. And also, like, what is the kind of culture of waqf making and waqf giving in Albania at the moment? So maybe you can go through that with the relationship between Bosnia and Kosovo and issues about the law of waqf in Albania.
Yes. As I told before, Albania as a culture and the Muslim Albanians as a culture is different from Kosovo, from Bosnia and Herzegovina, from Macedonia, and this area, because we passed, as I told, communism area. Communism area, it was for all religions. For 23 years, we don't do anything for our religion. It's prohibited in Albania. After 19 years, everything it's come beginning for zero in Albania, from zero. We discuss, we make jokes with our friends in Kosovo, and we told them that in fact, you have done the war in
You're cutting off there?
with communism. Yeah.
Looks like we have
and hundreds of clerics are imprisoned, are killed, etc. This is a very, very difficult time for the Albania, And now,
okay, maybe we should just get some comments now from Dr. Zaidan. Looks like we got some connection problems there with Brother Aydison.
I'm afraid he has to hear also, not only to. Can you hear me, Brother Aydison?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
I was really interested listening to your presentation and seeing the progress that you did all through these years with the horrible historical facts about what has been done to all your history, Islamic history, and your different aspects of civilization, Islamic civilization. What I'm afraid of is that many of our communities who got to be transferring from that phase to what you call it, the freedom or democracy and other, they keep all the time linked to their recovery of their assets. And this keeps them from developing new assets. What you are doing is really impressive, that you have split the plan into two plans. The first plan is to recover the old and historical assets, and the second one is to build the new. And I was looking forward to see the information about what you said about the future foresight, because I saw some very stunning buzzwords like hydro energy and other points. This is very interesting. I would like to get more information about this, please. This is very important because our other communities are redeveloping وقف as functional وقف, يعني masjid, turba, and all these. They are not very well oriented to recover وقف as money generating agents. And this is very important, what you are doing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. As I told before, in 19 years, we have only 9 mosques. From 1,000, which are in Albania, we have only 9. And really, we have a very need from the mosque. But for 30 years, we have built only mosques. But these mosques we have expenses. Our community have to do more in this. Yes, we need to support madrasa. We need to support better university. We need to support life in mosque, because this is more important than the mosque. Life in the mosque. And inshallah, we have done some projects. We are coordinated for this with some brothers in the Arabic states. We are communicated with them, inshallah. They help us to do a big project, and we can solve many of these problems in our country. Because, as I told, only 15% of the properties we are recovered. 85% are still dead. Yes, I can't hear you. Please.
Okay, so
I would like you to elaborate a little bit more about the future points that they were listed at the end of your presentation.
Okay.
There were some points, very important points, which are the future foresight of your projects. A
like
little
the
bit.
photovoltaic panels, solar energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you desire, I can open this again. I'm not. I don't have the permission to
sharing.
Okay,
Yes.
I can tell you. You
Yes,
had building of shopping mall. You had halal hotels. Then you had
yes.
photovoltaic.
We have
panels.
another project. Yes, another issue is halal certification. Yeah, halal certification. We don't have laboratory or some things with all condition to do this for our Muslims. Not only in Albania, but in Balkan, we don't have one of these. And this is, we have our duty, but we take and profits from that. And this laboratory, it's not only for the halal products, it's for all products.
Yes.
But our needs, we can do with this, and we make our duty, inshallah. This is for halal certification, and photovoltaic panel energy. This is the most profitable business in, I think, in the world, but in Albania, in Europe, it is most profitable project. We have here more lands, and we have our lands as a WACF, I told, which we can do this because the most expensive thing in this project is the area. We have the area, And now we need the materials, and inshallah we'll do. Well, I have spoke with a friend in Islamic Bank, is bro Muhammad here. He helped us so much, Muhammad Ahmed Salm. I take this opportunity to thank it.
Thank you. Yes.
And we have now in discussion the shopping mall in the Elbasan, and for the situation of COVID-19 pandemic, we are discussing now to go forward this agreement, which inshallah will implement in Elbasan area. And as we finalizing this project,
the next point, you have another one, hydropower, I think.
Yes.
I'm just recalling from memory.
Yes, yeah, it's hydropower is against, we have three alternatives in this way, because the Albania, we have a very much sources in hydropower. Yeah, and we have I have prepared three projects. One to build from zero, one to buy and give percentage 15 to another business, and the third, which I prepared, is to buy all the project which is built, and now we can get the profitable. Now this discussion I have made with ICDB, Islamic Development, which I think we can go ahead for this, because at last we need 2.5 million euro to do this project. Because 1 mega, it's approximately 1 million euro.
Okay.
1 mega of this.
Thank you. There's another question here, if I may, about any Waqf law in Albania. Is there any Waqf law in Albania?
Yeah, we have a Waqf law, and our state, we have in the, I'm saying, in very good conditions with law, but when we come to practice that, this is very difficult. This is very difficult, because from the laws, we are equals from all the citizens, all the rules of the country. We don't have any problem in this part. But when we come to practice that, to solve that, we have so many problems. And I need to say here that this is the problem for all Albanian citizens, not only for the Muslim community. It's not only our part, but let me say, these laws, unfortunately.
Have you got a system of cash waqf in Albania?
Cash waqf, as I understand, we don't have cash waqf. We have a rent of them. We don't sold them.
I mean,
we can't sell.
Are people donating money that goes into waqf as waqf?
Yes, we have some cases.
So do you have some kind of a community fund where you are encouraging people to donate money into waqf, so you can actually invest that into all your projects, the income generating projects?
No, we are to tell the truth, we are 68% Muslims, but we are 5 or 10% practicants. And this for us is very difficult. It's very difficult. For example, we have in November an earthquake, and it was very dangerous, very dangerous. If we can do a call for a WAF or something like this, we don't have so much, but we have done a call for these people's in need, and we have an extraordinary donation in this.
So are your donors mainly large companies or individuals or wealthy people, or are they ordinary people, or how does that work?
No, all of these types, all of this, but like an Middle East, like an European mansions, we have some problems in this part, because we are 68%, but for the Europe, for our other regions, we are minerals.
Yeah, but say like all these other projects, I mean, you're going to need quite a bit of funding. They are commercial money generating projects like the photovoltaic. Even some of the mosques that you're developing requires quite a substantial amount of funds to invest in. So is that coming from other donors, from maybe Islamic Development Bank, or from other generous donors from other parts of the world, or is it coming from local community?
No, we have both of them. From local community, we have some of these donations, but are a little of them. And to do the big projects, like our expenses or like our needs, we need like ICDB. Or we don't have in Albania a donator who can give 100,000 euros or 500 or 1 million. We don't have of this kind of donators. So it's difficult with donations to do the big projects. But inshallah, that we hope step by step, and not to focus only in hydropower or in photovoltaic energy. Let me do some small projects, and step by step, inshallah, we will realize and big project, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah. How is Turkey actually assisting in terms of because Turkey has got a department where they're restoring a lot of Ottoman mosques and waqfs in the original Ottoman Empire. So are they doing any work in Albania? The Oqaf of Turkey, is it doing work in Albania, restoring and rehabilitating some of the old mosques?
Yeah, we have some collaboration with Turkish Diyanet, with the restoration of mosques. The mosque of Ottoman Empire. We have a big mosque in the center of Tirana city, which is building from Turkish people. In this area, we have these collaborations. Those collaborations. I think I need to tell something that can explain the situation of Muslims in Albania, which have more divisions.
Like everywhere else.
Yeah. Inshallah, the words go ahead with more concurrence, inshallah.
Can we get Mustafa Najim to make a comment there, if he's there? Is Mustafa there? Brother Muaz?
Yes, I am here. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I am here. I
Okay.
already
waiting for you.
I already sent my questions. I wrote my questions in the chat.
I saw that.
Yeah, because I afraid that I will face some connection problems.
Okay. Okay.
So I already wrote my questions in the chat.
I hope your questions have been answered.
And it is nice to meet Sheikh Aydésen Houti, face to face. Alhamdulillah.
Thank you, bro.
There is another question here. You mentioned that there's some difficulties with the Waqf law. There is a Waqf law, but there's some difficulties. So what type of difficulties are you experiencing?
Yeah. Here we have, in general conditions, we have one or two times in the year, we have a meeting with part of the state to do a solve of Waqf of all the communities. In Albania, we have 4 communities. We have Catholic communities, Orthodox communities, Bektashi communities, and it's a new now, it's evangelism community. And both of those, we have a meeting to discuss of what we can do and how we can solve this. And in the last meeting, I have give that a proposal from Waqf when we can get back still now. And I said, let me do a concrete job for all our Waqfs. For example, for all Waqfs for Muslim community, we can give them a value. For example, if that Waqfs can cost $3 billion, we can take from the state only 1 billion of that. And with 1 billion, we can buy the Waqfs. And from 85% of this Waqf, we don't have not any job with this. But they didn't. This is a short solution, and what we can do tomorrow or the after 1 year, etc. So the law, it's okay. It's not with the problems, but the practicement of this law is very bad. It's very bad. And as I told, this is not only for Muslim community of Albania, but this is unfortunately how does it work. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, are there any other questions there coming from our other panelists? Dr. Zaidan, you have any other questions?
مشغل الكاميرا. يا السلام عليكم.
Walaikum salam.
Yeah, my name is Hayyan Zurek. I'm from Canada. And actually, I have two questions, but it's now become three questions. First one is, I hear that Arnaut, the word Arnaut, is it tribe? Is it, I don't know exactly, but they said it's Albanian. They call it Arnaut. I don't know why. This is number one. Number two.
I can explain.
Is there's a question number two. I see that most of your new projects of masjids, jamias, have a business attached with it.
Yeah.
The business is okay, but the hotels, how you deal with the hotels? Hotels have a lot of tourists, and it's not a good environment unless if you control it very well. This is number two. Third question is, when you talk about the halal certificate, you said you don't have halal certificate. Is that right?
Yeah.
If you need any help of that, you can contact me through Brother Muad. I'm very well to help, inshallah, in this way.
Thank you very much.
And
Let me start at the first.
Just to add to that, sorry, on the halal, South Africa has got 4 halal certification bodies. So if you need any help also from South Africa, you can get some help.
Yeah, it is there, and we're willing to help if he wants. If you find it in South Africa, it will be fine.
No, I mean,
we have in Canada more than 2 Islamic organizations. They do that, inshallah. So it's okay. Jazakallah khair. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I will contact you, inshallah. For the first question, Arnaut, this comes from Turkish, from the Ottoman alphabet, which means they're in these times they're called the Albanian peoples, that if they make something to do, they said, no, we'll not be back. This is the meaning of the word Arnaut, not to come back. If we do something, we not go back. This is the meaning of Arnaut. The second for the hotel. Yes, maybe for you it's something strange, but in Albania, the hotel is something that in condition of to do a business, it's not like a problem, because here the hotels are for tourism or for one which have work or something to do, not in bad conditions. And I don't know if this explanation is clear for you.
I think the question was, would it be, are they properly controlled so that you only have halal activities going on there? I mean, it's
doesn't supposed to be halal activities, but just to be controlled. I know it's well profit, the hotels, and it's give good income for the mosques and for the waqf. But I don't know. It's something we should work on it. I like that. But I wonder how you control it, actually. I like working with hotels. Yeah.
I may comment on this, please.
Yeah, please go ahead, Dr. Saida.
Yes, there is a concept called dry hotels, which doesn't contain food and other drinks and other things. And this is a very well-known concept in Europe. You can find it in UK, in France, and all through. Once you ask for a dry hotel, you can find it, and it has special procedures not to allow the use of spirits and all the other things. So I think they are applying the same concept. They call it halal. Sometimes using the word, the word itself, halal, makes a shield that this is only for halal use or for halal, for Muslims or people like this.
Yes.
But I want to go back to Arnaut. Did you mean that it is like a one-way traffic? It is only going ahead, no going back?
Yeah. But if we go,
no, I mean it is an adjective, yani. It is not a tribe like what Brother Hayyan started with. He thought that it is a tribe.
Yeah,
you are saying no, it is an adjective. Yani they are usually using this like to say that these people are bulldozers. They are going all through ahead. they don't go back.
Yeah.
Very strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In Ottoman Empire, the most closer people of the sultans, which was the Albanian.
Bab al-Ali, the prime minister.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have 39 prime ministers in the Ottoman Empire.
Very famous.
I'm sorry to interrupt now. I think we've come to the end of our program. We've overstepped our time. But I would like to say thank you so much to Brother Aydésin Hoti and our panelists, Zaidan, Mustafa, and the IIIW team for putting this program together. I know they work very hard to get speakers from all over the world to come and talk to us about Waqf in their countries. And it's really very enlightening and good to know that so much is happening about Waqf in different countries, and it's being revived all over the world, alhamdulillah. So with that, we just say subhanallah wa bihamdika, subhanallah wa bihamdi, wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayh, birahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Jazakallah khairan, barakallahu feek.
Jazakallah khair, Brother Zainul.
Assalam.
Jazakallah khair, Brother Aydésin. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We hope to meet you again, inshallah.
Inshallah. Yes.